Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shalom, shalom, peace. What's up, family? I know it's not normal on a Tuesday that you hear from your brother, but I couldn't go by without sharing this information with y'all. That's right. It's a month. I acquire first name IQ. It's all the same, man. Don't shoot the messenger is what you have reached. DSTM. Right? Make sure you wipe your feet, man, when you come in. I'm not gonna be here too long. Since it is so-called Pride Month, I felt it only fitting that we celebrate what could be the outing of one of the top coons in Esau's army, Pastor Jesse Lee Peterson. So-called Pastor Jesse Lee Peterson. Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse's in some trouble right now. I remember this cat, man. Matter of fact, Elder Rashad will remember this brother from probably early 90s, 93, 92, maybe. I particularly remember the brother, myself, and brother Rhyme at the time was supposed to do a sit down interview with the brother, man. He invited us to his studio to do an interview with him at his little studio over in West LA. And they wouldn't let us record. You know, this is at the time, and still at the time. You know, I suggest any brothers, man, is taking outside interviews from the press or anybody else, man. Bring your own camera crew or your own recordings for editing purposes, because you know how they be trying to frame Jakes, man. So you know, we went to try to attempt to do this video. They wanted us to sign the disclosure agreements and all of that. And we was like, okay, cool, but can we record ourselves so we can have our own recording for our own protections? They said, no, we can't do that. No. We'll be the only ones with the rights to this recording. So we said, that's okay. We're not doing that. That let us know off the top, man, and you know, we couldn't trust that cool man and whatever he had going on, because if it was going to be about an interview with integrity, he would have let us record it too. But we didn't want to fall victim to any editing or whatever. But nonetheless, all that's of the past. We're talking about right now. And the question is being proposed. I'm not saying that Pastor Jesse Lee Peterson, Uncle Jesse, Uncle Coon, Uncle Ruckus, you know, Stephen from Django, twin brother, not necessarily by looks, but by spirit and attitude and ideology. He's caught in a little scandal right now. So take it take it for what it's worth. This information is sourced from a website called Church Militant and their Twitter account. I'm gonna share this with you. Draw your own conclusions. But Uncle Jesse, you got some explaining to do. Got some explaining to do, homeboy. Check this out.
Sexual advances, homosexual proclivity.
Hold on.
So
now, you know, and notice who his type is. He like these old mutant looking Edomites men. You know, Jesse's into white meat, huh? Ooh-wee. Let me let this ride.
I just want to ask all you guys right now, have you all witnessed Jesse Lee Peterson's homosexual advances, homosexual proclivities firsthand? Can I get a show of hands on that? How many of you guys are absolutely convinced that Jesse Lee Peterson is a practicing homosexual? Can I get a show of hands on that? So I just want to ask all you guys right now, have you all witnessed Jesse Lee Peterson's homosexual advances, homosexual proclivities firsthand? Can I get a show of hands on that? How many of you guys are absolutely convinced that Jesse...
No, my bad. I wanted to stop that, but that's not it. Let's look at this other video right here. 225. Again, this isn't me saying this. This is from a website called the Church Militant. Okay. And they're saying conservative icon is being accused. The Jesse Lee Peterson show You know, he's got a podcast. He's got a whole little show. He's got a presence on YouTube. He's been around for a long time. Long time. Okay, let's play.
Jesse Lee Peterson is facing.
Oh, come on now. What's going on?
Backlash from fans after church militant.
Hold on. I don't know why this is buffering, y'all. Give me 1 second. Maybe I'll close that one. Let's see what happens.
Aired special assignment Amazing Disgrace last night. Church militants.
It's lucky, y'all. I don't know what's up with this connection. Let me try to let it load and then I'll back it up. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Jesse Lee Peterson is facing backlash from fans after church militant aired special assignment Amazing Disgrace last night. Church militant Joseph Enders takes a look at the allegations of homosexual abuse mounted against a conservative icon.
Come on now. Jesse, Satan still might be with you, man. Damn, I'm messing up with this video. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm not gonna let that slide. Not gonna let that slide. We're coming back for you, Jesse. All right. Another thing I want to touch on before I get back to him. Let me get a couple of scriptures first of all. Okay. We're gonna go to Jeremiah, the 5th chapter. Actually, let's go to Jeremiah 4. One thing I want to follow up on, it was a couple of post Juneteenth shootings and Juneteenth shootings that happened over the past couple of days. They had reports coming out. The FBI talking about how they're combing through, these right wing white supremacist websites. There was threats of mass shootings in the praises of the Buffalo shooting. That they want, these white supremacists was talking about going out to Juneteenth events and shooting up black folks, right? Well, apparently that didn't happen, but what did happen is Jake shooting Jakes. I mean, right now, man, I got on the sisters yesterday, man. Brothers, it's your turn. The so-called white man doesn't have to lift a finger anymore, man. We do all the heavy lifting for him. As far as destroying and killing our own, as much as we see what's going on, I mean, I chronicled and talked about the story the same night of the Buffalo shooting. That evening, rapper Freddie Gibbs gets jumped in his chain, possibly snatched and all this other stuff. Same night, man. In a day that people should be coming together, our people should be massively coming together in a unified front of defense and comforting of our people. They go right back to the ignorance, man. Here we are talking about Juneteenth, man. Esau plotting on Jakes with secret counsel, talking about going out and shooting up events. And we do it our own selves. Jeremiah 4:22, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, meaning stupid children. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. I mean, that's Israel in a nutshell. Can we say the same for the Revelation 2:9, 3:9, folks? Are they carrying themselves in the same type of fashion? No. They too busy maintaining their storefronts. They're too busy controlling Hollywood and controlling the media and controlling the airwaves and controlling banks and fiscal policies. But my people, the Lord said, my people have no knowledge. To do evil, man, we know how to load up that. We know how to load up the Mac 11. We know how to load up the AK. We know how to load up the 357. We know how to go out there and spray our ops and load up the Draco. We know how to do all of that, right? We know how to trick the scales, balance triple beams. We know how to bag up the pills. We know how to bag up the weed. We know how to hustle and scam. We know how to get out there and hoe and do all this other madness. But when it comes down to doing righteousness, man, the Lord said we have no knowledge, man. None at all. I mean, our people is out here dying in these streets, man, overdosing, suicides, abortions, out here facing each other in these streets over gang warfare, fighting over turf, drug wars. And here we are talking about another case of shootings over the weekend, man. Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Ain't that the truth, man? That's plain. We don't need to even expound on that. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 5th chapter. Jeremiah 5. And let's read 20, and we're going to read down to 23. Declare this in the house of Jacob, and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, and which have ears and hear not. I mean, our people act like you don't see and understand and know what's going on in the earth, man. We're talking about famines. We're talking about gas prices. We're talking about inflation, stagflation. We're talking about race wars. We're talking about warfare that's on the horizon. We're talking about baby formula shortages, fertilizer shortages, GMOs. We're talking about sterilants in the water. We're talking about aerosols being sprayed in the air, causing cancers and other malignant diseases on our people. We're talking about plagues being hit in the earth, hepatitis, the DBOC 91. We're talking about monkeypox. We're talking about all these things happening in the earth, and our people still sit back and say, man, where you from, nigga? And pull out and shoot. Our people still are having intertribal warfares, fighting over women. I mean, you just seen the brother down there in Texas, Atlanta, Trouble, the rapper, get killed over a love triangle. There was just another brother, another rapper. I think he was from where was he from? I never even heard of the cat, man. But recently, another rapper just got killed, man. Early, I think it was towards the end of last week or over the weekend. They said that marked like the 205th rapper or something like that. That's been killed in 2022 already. I mean, good Lord. People that have eyes and can't see, ears and hear not. Reading verse 22. Fear ye not me, saith Yahweh. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass by it? He said, man, the Most High said he's got so much power, and the faith of the planets, the faith of the oceans do not move beyond the borders that he sets. They faithfully keep their orbits. They faithfully keep their borders and cannot pass by it. That's how powerful the Most High is. It says, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. The Most High said, I don't give a damn if it's a tsunami, if it's massive waves going out there. The border has been set. The Most High said, man, that water does not go any further past this part of the shore, and that's it. And it doesn't do it. Verse 23. But this people hath the revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. Could that be talking about the Jewish people? Are they revolted and gone? Are they foolish and running around here, carrying on doing this type of madness? Look at this. Basketball player, man, got put to death after an event out in Harlem. Mass shooting in Harlem leaves star college basketball player dead and 8 others wounded. This just happened early Monday morning. Early Monday morning shooting Monday at a gathering in Harlem left college basketball player dead and 8 others people wounded. New York City police said others responded at about 12:40 a.m. to reports of a shooting at a footpath along the FDR Drive. Found 5 people shot, police said, citing preliminary information they have taken to hospitals for treatment. This was at a Juneteenth event, a basketball tournament that they had out there in Harlem. Brother got smoked. 8 other people getting wounded. I mean, does Esau have to do anything? Does he have to go out here and threaten to kill and shoot up events anymore? No, we do it ourselves. Look at it. DC, 1 team dead, 3 other people injured at an unpermitted Juneteenth advocacy and music festival in DC, police say. 15-year-old, man, killed and 3 other people, including a police officer. Shot on Sunday amid Washington, D.C. street event that police said was unpermitted. Like, that's the problem. Oh, they didn't have a permit. That's why it went down. No, it's because the Most High said that his people are ignorant, revolted, and gone. And I'm challenging you, brothers, man, to wake the hell up. Stop the damn folly. We the only ones losing. The white man don't sit back, don't do nothing but sit back and lick his lips and say, yes, keep going. Keep going. Capitalizing on the curses. You tell me if the Revelation 2 and 9, 3 and 9 folks are doing this. We see the evidences of what's going on. Deuteronomy 28:54, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. That's a curse. You're talking about a man that used to be tender, meaning he had love for his brother, he had love for his family. A brother who was sensitive to the needs of the nation. His eye now is going to be evil toward his brother. So that's why we see the intertribal warfare, man, the black on black crime, brown on brown crime, black on brown crime, brown on black crime. You understand? That's why we see the colorism and the issues that plague our sisters and plague our communities, man. Willie lynching all day. Single parent homes. You understand? That's what's going on. And this is why our people can't break the cycle, because they don't realize they've been cursed and they're living under the auspices of ignorance. That's why the Lord said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I needed to get that in, man. Let me see if I can close out with Jesse Lee, or if they're going to trip with this damn video. Looks like it ain't gonna play.
Last night's special assignment.
Jesse Lee Peterson is facing backlash from fans after Church Militant aired special assignment Amazing Disgrace last night. Church Militant's Joseph Enders takes a look at the allegations of homosexual abuse mounted against a conservative icon.
Last night's special assignment outlined the purported homosexual past of so-called minister and talk show host Jesse Lee Peterson. Church Militant sat down with Patrick Rooney, who told the shocking story of how Peterson allegedly pursued a 10-year homosexual relationship with him.
Next thing you know, he's ripping his clothes off and coming at me, basically. And
see, I don't know what's going on with this video, man. Let me pause it. Let me see if it'll load up a little bit more. It was playing fine for me earlier. Satan always moving in some form of fashion, man. He must be trying to protect one of his own from being exposed, but you just seen enough. If it don't play all the way,
I did the same. Took my clothes off. And the next thing you know, we're fully at it, having.
Look at this. Dude said, man, for 10 years he was getting it on with Jesse. Pulled his clothes off. He talking about, man, we went fully at it. I mean, what kind of congregation was he dealing with? Loving him some white cheeks, huh? Good Lord. Jesse, you got some answering to do, man. In this video, they even try to track him down, man. The dude keep running and he not answering no questions.
Not getting detail here, but basically full-on sexual acts.
Rooney even recalls Peterson intertwining his sodomitical acts as a spiritual rite of passage.
After we had just done the first sexual act.
All right, you know what, y'all? Salaki. I'm not even gonna go there with the madness, man. I didn't want to be here too long. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the link in the description, man. Y'all can check out the video for yourself. I don't know why this thing ain't playing right, but nonetheless, I'm closing it out right there, man.
And then ever since then, he told
get
me
up out of here.
that
Don't start trying to play after I'm gone. Good Lord, man. Satan's a motherfucker, man, but he can't stop the movements, man. Listen, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Y'all can check it out for yourself. Jesse Lee, so-called pastor, Coon Supreme. You've got some questions to answer, sir. Are you a homosexual? I mean, it's Pride Month, man. There's no better time to come out and come clean. What you scared of? Oh my goodness. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, while you have a shot, man. Always remember, don't shoot your messenger. Jesse, you hear that? Don't shoot the messenger.